Welcome to Kent, Ohio, and Dick Stadium, home to the Golden Flashes of Kent State. And while to some it may seem like a small blip across the college football landscape, this place has been the home to legends like Lambert, Edelman, James, Holmes, and of course, Saban. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we'll see, the Judicials taking on a team from the MAC, the Kent State Golden Flashes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Judicials' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Golden Flashes offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And they were in the market for a guy to make an impact on the ground, and they found him in this transfer, guys.
This was an offense that needs explosive play, so bring this dude in at the running back position and let him go. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
And let's see if he can earn the respect of his teammates. You know, you've done this and you have experience elsewhere. Now you get to do it for your squad, for your new team, all the hype. Let's see what he's got.
Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Now, guys, when you think about Kent State, the portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down. And the Golden Flashes will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Judicials offense will go to work for the first time today. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looking to throw. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And I'm putting that one in my back pocket from the start. I'm going to highlight it. That blitz came home. We are going to need that down the road, and I'll be ready to call that one.
They booted away on fourth down. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. He'll keep it himself.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
He's loose on the right. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy, because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has elite speed. You saw it on that option play.
Makes the grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, golden fashion. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate the 2 points.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's low. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Motion from the back. On the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. Nice move to keep running. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going.
There he goes. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. The 30. He's at the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Judicials.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he makes the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Ohio State is in front. They've led for most of the game. However, Brutus isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Ball State. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here's the handoff. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. Wide open downfield. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew.
Throws toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
And man, does he keep you honest. Just a guy that can run the football, that can make plays with his legs. You've seen it throughout the day. Listen, this wasn't a big play, but it can't be death by 1,000 cuts. He just continues to scramble, make plays, make you defend his feet for a whole game.
physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He'll need to put some leg in this one. A 52-yard attempt and just the right finesse to get it in from the right. And he missed it. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll try the run. Nice move to keep running. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page.
And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. And the ball goes out of bounds. They'll mark it right at the previous line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, but we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
They boot it away. He'll take it on the return. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. On the ground, it's Shelton. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He's got an open man. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Hand off from the shotgun. He has the 1st and still on his feet. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the 1st period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the 2nd quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off play action on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Keeps it on the bootleg. That's reeled in. It's Singleton. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the 1st here. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Golden Flashes will line up to punt it away. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. So now on comes the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. That is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. The misfire on the 49-yard field goal attempt sets him up with pretty good field position at the 32. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The Judicials come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. That's caught. It's made. Open space at the 25. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And the Judicials will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. The option look. Quick toss. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. And it slips just inside that right upright. And with that, they've taken the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Got it in the middle. It's Hart. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Golden Flashes decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Cradles it at the 35. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking for room. It's O'Neal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Leaves it with the running back. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2. The Judicials will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. A low line drive and short kick. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Gets it out quickly.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Golden Flashes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The inside handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Golden Flashes will try to pin them back with the punt. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They'll go back to work on offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing it to a pass-catching fullback.
Well, it's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. And the Judicials line up to punt it away. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The Golden Flashes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. He puts some heat on that one down the middle.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. Here comes the offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They'll power it inside with the fullback. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Judicials are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Fullback's got it. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Judicials will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin them deep. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive penalty on 4th down. He'll toss it. Turns it on in midfield. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. He's now up to 77 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. To the air on 1st down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Going for the big play. Grabs it inside the 15. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. They'll go to the air. He wants it all. Touchdown, Judicials. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Kent. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see 2 offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. And just like that, let's send it back to the fellas at Dick's Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Golden Flashes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Big fullback's got it. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Just got one on that last run. Now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. Calls his own number. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Caught in the backfield, it's O'Neal. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Judicials will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And this punt will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Turning it on! Touchdown, Kent State! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And what execution by the offense. The quarterback making the right decision on the defender quickly. Get it to your running back. And how about the wide receivers and everybody else blocking in space, create an alley so the running back can do the rest and make the huge play for the touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's low. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Look out, he's got room. All kinds of room to the right. The 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. The 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Judicials.
This quarterback is so unique, and he's so special because of his running ability, his wiggle, his speed, and his burst in the open field. He's like a running back playing the quarterback position, and he shows you that on that play.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Houston is lighting up the scoreboard behind an offense that looks just about as good as we've ever seen in Clutch City. They're up 14 over Oregon State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A little touch pass to the receiver. Guided out of bounds at the 34, and the running game really coming through.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. It's a seam wide open. He'll work his way down to the 28.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys on the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
On the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. And the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. They'll run the option. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. And the Judicials will punt it away on 4th down. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And the returner is stopped. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They marched to the end zone the last time they had it. Do it again, and they'll be on top. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Quarterback on the keeper. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. They'll operate out of split backs. Here comes the option.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Good timing on the quick out. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Gets the back moving. Sticks it in his belly. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. On first down from the 13-yard line.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, golden flashes. They've got the lead here in the fourth. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
He'll return it. Smacks him with the stiff arm. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. On the option. Jukes his way for more. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Judicials with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Goes to the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing. It's in the run game with the option, too.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
Halfway there on first down and 2nd and 5. On the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of options here, run or pass on third down right around midfield. He's looking to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Judicials send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Pulls it and fires to the left. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. The Golden Flashes will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Catches it cleanly at the 20. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. Sends it back in motion. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Now on the option. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? He wants to throw it. Under fire. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Not enough for the first down.
You know, you wonder sometimes if this quarterback, because of the success he's had earlier in the game, running the ball, just thinks every time I scramble, something good is going to happen. I think that time, guys, he should have stayed in the pocket and tried to take a shot because it looked to me like he had a guy open downfield.
Punt is on its way. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. He's going to let it go. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pocket breaking down. Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, we know the game of college football is always evolving and changing, and one of the biggest reasons why is the quarterback evolution. Dual threat quarterbacks. You're seeing two great examples in this game so far. Both guys can hurt you throwing it. Both guys can hurt you running it. It's been the running attack for both of these guys. That's been the big story so far.
And the Golden Flashes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he kept that one just straight enough to breeze inside the left upright. That gives them now a 7-point lead here in the final period. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ready to fire from the pistol. This is a designed run.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He'll ride his man on the option. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Motion from the back. The option look. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Judicials come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. With the catch, it's York. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Couldn't get the chains moved there, and now this 4th down is so important.
And it's getting so critical now in this 4th quarter. We've got to make some plays. This is probably go time. And here's the thing. At least you picked up some yards on 3rd down to make this a little bit more manageable on 4th down.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll run the option. The pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. The Golden Flashes will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Extra blockers on the field. Offense goes full house. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Hauls it in. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to go up top on first down. Gets away from one. He'll pull it down and run. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. There's the pressure. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. They'll try to get it through the air. Rushes on him. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Fourth down, gotta have it here. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Great place to start for this offense. The give out of the gun. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer,